Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to some Wednesday evening war hits. We're up against Impulsive, another top dog alliance like normal. They got 27 flags left on their side to our 56. Yep. Never can tell who's in the lead. Ain't no different than normal. We're up against red tanks this time, majority being Liz. We do got a few that aren't Elizabeths. So I'm thinking maybe going for a couple of non-Liz tanks first. Because she definitely screws thing up if you have a bad board. Because if you have a starting bad board and you fire her up, she'll mess up the mana to where once you turn it into a good board, you're still not getting your people fired up because you don't got the mana draw no more. So, we do got our 3 blue teams that conveniently can be used against red tanks, and as well Baron Freyas because I got 3 Scotties. So those 3 are interchangeable no matter what tanks we face. At least here in the past few months has been nothing but purples and reds. So let's go against this team first. Try out a Darn It Garnet. Put in our Professor first. We need Frida with the big troop. Finley can have that crit for the moment, but we'll turn it into the ninja. Alright, Costume Carol is fine with the 11 mana troop because of his costume bonus. And Jazz, he only needs a level 5 mana troop, for a matter of fact. And then Scotty has a 20th node, so instead of her needing the 23 mana troop, she only needs the 11th because she got that +4. Now, do we need regular Carol or costume Carol? Say we do regular because there's 3 ninjas, so they have that effect to dodge and counter and all that stuff, but they could dodge, I would imagine, the defense down I put on them. So let's go ahead and ensure that we get it, and on top of that we get the heal plus Frigg if she gives us defensive down. We'll turn that defensive down and defensive up. Everything looks kosher on this side. We got a cleanser as in Professor for Drake and or Frigg's defensive down, so we get rid of that with either one of my colors. Alright, see what the board guys want to do with us. Alright, I do like the amount of blues on the board. That is for certain. And I definitely do like the match they're giving me because that's a setup for a diamond. Instead of me taking the bomb attack at the bottom. Or I guess the left side you could say. So let's do that for starters. That also matches our yellow, so. Now we can do that we wanted to. Perfect. All right. Let's tech it up. A little defense them down. Do that action there. See if we can get a little bit of stacks going. Perfect. And that should kill off Drake and Frigg, hopefully, because Frigg has to defense him down. Perfect. We had one set of specials go off in our 4, and we almost killed the whole team, but we did kill all 4 of the 5. So that is definitely bueno. That should do the finishing touches. As long as he doesn't dodge left and right. Alright. Definitely had to keep an eye on that, making sure I got that diamond. Otherwise that could have went down south pretty quick. Didn't count the alternatives, see if I still would have got my 9 tiles or not, but definitely ended up working out. I think our second team has a dispeller as well with the circus chick. Or cleanser is what I actually meant. Kind of like Professor cleanses. Yes, indubitably. What should we do now? This team here, man, I just don't like the friggin' Odin combo still to this day. You see a lot more Morel going on, Morel Frigg stuff, but that friggin' Odin, if they both fire at the same time, how this one's set up, Frigg hits hard, if there's a good amount of greens, if you defense them down, and Odin hits hard, and that could kill your whole team with just those 2 heroes going off. That team, that duo still pisses me off. Definitely. Alright. A lot of heavy hitters. As much as I want to hate it, that costume cat is a pain in the ass. Well, this team's starting to run together. Let's do this one here, and we'll keep the defensive down. Keep the defensive down on Carol. That way we don't give ourselves stacks against Finley. This one, however, Scotty gets the big one. Lepus gives himself the defensive down, so we'll leave the big crit troop on him instead of bringing in the ninja. Which, granted, he does hit harder with the ninja, but hopefully I want him to survive a little longer to go off twice and not just once. Troops are correctamundo. Alrighty. This is what I was talking about earlier with the board. Starting off bad. If it stays bad and Elizabeth goes off, it's hard to get my stuff going. So I'm thinking about, initial thought, bringing that down. Get rid of the greens and the purples, which will get rid of 6, followed by the yellows and the reds, which will get rid of 12. Get me a match 3 of my color that I got, and clear out the board majority underneath Elizabeth, so if blues do come up, hopefully with this being a combo 4, more blues come up, will be a combo 5 or 6, which might give her the actual kill shot if 3 tiles hit her, with having 4 blues on my side. So I'm thinking that's my best starting move. That's a lot of tiles into her, which you don't usually want, but at the same time, with the board starting off this terribly, I don't think I got many more options. So let's see what that does for us. We did get some blues, only 1 tile went into her. We got rid of 12 tiles, and we had, what, 2 blues come up? So I guess that's right about the norm, but not something I like by any means. So if I move that up, that'll be a secondary match. Won't fire up Elizabeth. Gives us a chance for a blue to come up on that match part to the left side of this match, which those 3 blues into her should kill her. If it doesn't, then I still have that match that it's suggesting with the yellows, which will fire Professor up, or I'm sorry, Zuri up, and still don't think we'll fire her up, but if it does, I got the hill to remove the fiends by that point, and that'll still give me a secondary chance with that second match on the yellow. So let's try that first. Alright, match that to the right. That'll get her fired up, and there's a chance that a blue comes up in either one of those columns. That'll be ready 3, 4. So as long as we don't get a cascade, I don't think this will fire her up either. This is getting to the point where it's a little close. Same notion. I'll have that hill to get rid of the fiend, so let's see if this does it. Oh, we got a boatload of cascades and still no blues up. That's a shame. Definitely trying to get rid of this terrible board, but it's not working with me here. And I find that super frustrating. Let's get rid of that. Carol should get the majority hill. He does. Alright, so everybody did get a piece of that hill. Alright. I think I'm making this purple match here, which will lead to a green match. Get rid of a little bit of greens for Frigg. And hopefully some blues go up in that area. Still got some option for a yellow to come up to make that middle match. And I just need some blues to show up before it's too late, because I've canceled out a lot of this board and nothing has came up for me. And it seems to still not be wanting to do that for me. So let's bring that blue up so we can at least kill Elizabeth. Doctor's about to go off and hit 3, which is gonna mollywop the fuck out of me, because I got the defensive down. Damn, that's a shame. Alright, well, I mean, I'll talk through all my shots and try to make something good happen, but I didn't get my main color off at all. We still were able to get rid of a hero, but yeah, that bad starting board, no matter what I did to it, still didn't come up where I could get one special, which is a shame. I did get my hill, So I did get one color off. Almost had her off a second time, so almost able to work something, but that is a damn shame. So let's clean that mess up. Taking this team, get rid of Frigg with some tiles. For sure. Damn. That is definitely a shame. Hate using one-shot teams on cleanups. But what you gonna do? Got that Fiends working for our advantage here. He's not going to go off yet, so let's go ahead and wait for that Air Brigade one more time. Then we'll heal up. Alright. See what our last blue team is. That one does still have the double healer and cleanser with Melina. Richard hit 3. Vela with some water damage. Scotty can help kill off the Jazz. We got our main red team and also yellow team that we can do Sif on because they got a lot of hit. A lot of hit all, folks. Definitely a shame whenever I called that out too. Oh Lord. That. Again, Richard has a costume on him, just like Regard. They're both average, but with the costume they only need a level 5 mana troop. Melina cleanses, so I'm not too worried about Gravy Train's burn, unless, however, that board's just as bad as the last one where they just don't, I don't ever get any blue tiles. And then again, I can't do nothing with that regardless, no matter what team I face or if it's an easy team or a hard team. Dispel Bust from the target and nearby. She always done that. Deals 370 damage to the target. She's always been a snipe hit. Summons a Reflect minion with a Replicator minion. Clones itself. Gives 4% mana. Dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies. Deals 370 damage to the target. Okay, I don't know what's different than her regular costume, than her regular side, because I got her regular side. So maybe it's the same thing, just a bigger attack. Maybe that 370 damage is a lot bigger. Maybe the minions have more health. But the Replicator minions, dispelling buffs, and snipe attack is what she does in her regular form, so. Alright, let's see it. Just realize I'm taking out corners over here. Alright. Make this bomb attack here that'll move up the reds along with my blues, but then the reds will cancel out and then give me a combo 3 at the minimal against Gravy Train. Maybe a little more if more blues come up, so let's see what happens with this. Diamond? Oh, got a bomb attack out of it at least, so that's good. Let's work on that. Still got our purples rolling. Let's keep it rolling. That'll match our blues up on the next turn. Hopefully, if I don't get killed here. Jesus Christ, that chick is something else. I was hoping that would kill. C-shot. So I'm gonna risk it one time and see if I can get a blue coming up here into C-shot so she doesn't fire. Perfect. That gets her at the full charge, which is 390 damage to all enemies. Dispel bust from all enemies, which does some molly-whopping. Awesome. Alright. Now, do we want to use our yellow counterattack team or our red team next? Both of them could take on any of these teams. The yellow could counterattack all these hit-alls that they got and multi-hitters, and my red team has Black Knight, which prevents all the multi-hitters from hitting my whole crew. So both of them can be utilized just fine. So we do take on our yellow team. Maybe against Odin. That way his hit ain't so severe because I'm going after him with some yellows. Alright, there's two yellow teams which I could combine into one. Got Regard for a healer. Got my Sabinas. Got DeAndre I can bring in as well. Well, no, I can't, because I ain't gonna go mono. So, which yellow should I bring? Sorry, which yellow should I take out for Sif? Let's take out Norns. So we'll do Rabbit. No, we won't do Rabbit first. Troops are correctamundo. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Do need the full hill. Let's rock and roll with it. Let's get some yellows on this board, huh? Instead of taking on Elizabeth and none of my tiles. Alright, that is a good start indeed. Thinking this red to the left. That'll still give that yellow connection. That'll cascade that yellow up closer, cascades the blues or the purples away. Good way clumping my stuff a little closer together, so let's start with that. Okay. We do have our 3 matches, so let's start with that. Try to avoid Elizabeth as much as possible. Okay, now I'm in a pickle. If I make that yellow match up, the greens will cascade as well, so that gives 3 tiles into her, which are fire her up. If I make that yellow match straight up into Frigg, those greens will come up and that'll have 2 tiles go into her. So I'm thinking that's my better bet, but I still think 2 tiles are going to fire her up. Well, it will, because that purple one matches well, so that's going to be the same 3 tiles going up into her. So there's no option of me not making 3 tiles go straight into her. However, I can make that purple match into Odin. Then I got a chance of blue cascading up and firing Elizabeth up, where these 3 yellows won't even play a factor. I still like the yellow to green purple combo, because that means I just need another match of purple, but I'll need a 4 because of the damn Elizabeth effect. But either way, 3 tiles are going into her, so let's just go ahead and do it to it. Well, of course there's extra. However, let's try to get them down and out for the count first. Elizabeth, the defense them down, so this hopefully kills her. Hopefully Frigg dies too and doesn't dodge. Awesome. Purple's into him. Sweet. I didn't think that would fire him up. Maybe it's because that 29 troop helped out. Alright. Hopefully he kills himself here and it's a done deal, Bobby Neal. Of course he had a pierce. Of course that son of a gun had a pierce. But we're still alright. Alright, let me take a little pause break real quick, see if I can get a cover or if I can cover somebody else. Either one is fine. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'll be right back with you to see what the verdict is. Alright folks, went ahead and held off for the last little bit. They're down to 11 flags and we're at 31 and we just got the board flipped. So, the last team. Hopefully we get some tiles, but we're not going to have Elizabeth's mana deal affect me here. So I'm going to take on this team here. Now Elizabeth doesn't hit super hard. She still is my heal, but it gives me time to get my tiles for all my folks. So This is my Black Knight team as well, so the Black Knight should prevent all these hit-alls, and then, of course, the hit 3 from Hannah. So it seems like the right idea. So let's roll with it. Put him in first. She's fast already, so we want Aslar having the most. Hannah. Just going down the line. Everybody else, Sirius and Black Knight are both average. They got the 23 troops, so they can go off in 9 tiles. Aslar has the costume bonus, 29 troops, so even though he's a slow hero, he goes off with that mana troop and everything else considered. He goes off in 10 tiles, so he's technically an average hero without a 23 mana troop, is what all that jazz does. So let's hope we can get ourselves some reds here for our final attack. It's going to come down to the wire and be a close matchup for sure. Alright, we got a yellow diamond, which is excellent. That's my heal, and that's also the mana boost. I'm trying to think of the word I'm thinking of. Perfect. Almost perfect. We had a diamond there for a minute. But got a boatload of reds. So let's try not to screw this up. Don't need him still in the healing. Alright, perfect. So let's do that. Get these reds going into them. No. Got these reds going. That should fire everybody up. Alright, so let's attack up. Do Asterius first, give a little bit of defensive downer. Not at half. Not at half, which is disappointing. Let's see where her extra hits go. Not where I wanted, which is fine though. Let's do Aslar there. See if this red will kill. If not, we still got Black Knight up to protect us, so I think we're still fine. Alright, Odin's not ready to go off, so let's get our reds fired up again. Again, Asterius, Homegirl, and then Aslar for the big old hit. Done deal, Bob and L. Glad I waited for the easier target so I could go ahead and not try to take on a hard-ass Elizabeth and get screwed over just in case it was a bad board. But we ended up getting a good board out of it, so we got our 250 like we wanted. I was waiting earlier for SB Richie right here, looking at number 10. Give him a shout out real quick because he offered to cover for 3 or 4 guys on their last flag when he had 1 flag left, and all 3 to 4 of them successfully did their last flag, so he didn't have to do their cover. So when it was my time to go on up, I didn't want to have him offer a cover on me, and I fell and he had to use his last flag, so I went ahead and covered him, and he did a 1-shot. So that's why I went ahead and waited out till I could use my last flag. But big shout out for SP Richie right there, because he was being a complete team player, offering covers for everybody, and then once they succeeded, I wanted to repay him back, and he went ahead and got his 1-shot, and he also got 5 or 6 kills getting over 250. So ended up working out. Both of us got over the 250 mark, which means we only had to clean up one of our messes. So 4 one-shots, a fail, and our own clean, both of us end up getting. Looks like quite a few of us have, so we are looking decent here. 11 flags to 28 at the moment, so we'll see how it finishes up and see if we get a victory. This is going to be a tight race. I believe they are ranked number 10 right now in war, and we are ranked number 14, so we are the slight underdog, but there should be no reason why we don't win against them as well. So we'll see how the final cap is, and I'll make sure that is a screenshot for the final. Hi, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching as always. Hope y'all's war went well, and we'll see how it turned out. Adios.